Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today with a daily devotional. I'll be coming out of the Quran, out of chapter 33, the Allies, section 4, verse 28 through 34. Prophet's domestic simplicity. Choose God this day. The bad guys, they sin. The good guys, we sin. We all sin. It's whom you serve. You don't have to be perfect, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to deal with your consequences, good or bad. None of us get away from that. You might have issues that you have to deal with for the rest of your life, but if you come over to God's team with it, He can help you get through it. You don't have to be perfect. No one is. No one. And love yourself, because if you love yourself, if no one else loves you, you'll be okay. And never give up on yourself. Never. If you lost everything you have, if you have yourself, you have everything, and you can always rebuild. Now, I want to just mention this to people because God leads me. When I do my devotions and my meditations, I just allow God to lead me in whichever text I'm dealing with, to where He wants me to meditate or do a devotional for that day. And so the theology lesson is more of a chapter by chapter. We're going to get to all these verses and all these chapters again with these verses and all the texts that I'm dealing with again through my theology lesson. Okay, but when I do my devotional and my meditation, it's just I just go where God leads me. Okay, so I don't want people to get sensitive about this, because it is what it is. Okay, and He's not just talking to you; He's talking to me too. Okay. And we have to be mindful of what God is telling us, and it's up to you what you believe and what you don't believe, but when it's inspired works in these, or texts are coming from God, we got to take into consideration what He's saying. That doesn't mean that we're always going to do what every single thing that's in the book. So let's don't get confused with that. But what I want people to do is be reasonable with me, and don't come after me because I'm reading something that I do for myself, which is my meditations and my devotions. And I just record it because maybe somebody else out there can get something out of it, okay? So let's don't be sensitive about this, okay? Okay, you don't have to agree with it. I'm just reading what's in the text. For this is the Quran. And I've already mentioned that I'll be dealing with section 33, the Allies. Chapter 33, the Allies, section 4, Prophet's domestic simplicity, verses 28 through 34. O prophet, say to thy wives, if you desire the world's life and its adornment, come, I will give you a provision and allow you to depart a goodly departing. And if you desire Allah and His messenger and the abode of the hereafter, then surely Allah has prepared for the doers of good among you a mighty reward. O wives of the prophet, whoever of you is guilty of manifestly improper conduct, the chastisement will be doubled for her, and this is easy for Allah. And whoever of you is obedient to Allah and His messenger and does good, we shall give her a double reward, and we have prepared for her an honorable sustenance. I'm not blessed like that. But whenever I get a husband, we're going to have a discussion about things, but I'm going to come in with my own stuff, But I'm not really, I would be coming to have a discussion a little bit differently than maybe some women, because I have stuff already, So, but I would honor him, though. We would have to have a discussion about everything, that before I even enter into a contract with anybody, we're going to have a discussion, because I love the Lord. I do. I love God. And I'm not going to compromise my belief and thinking on some things too. But I honor God, Let me read this. O wives of the prophet, you are not like any other woman. If you would keep your duty, be not soft in speech, lest he in wise heart is a disease yearn, and speak a word of goodness. Let me read that again. O wives of the prophet, you are not like any other woman. If you would keep your duty, be not soft in speech, lest he in whose heart is a disease yearn, and speak a word of goodness. And say in your houses, and display not your beauty like the displaying of the ignorance of yore, and keep up prayer and pay the poor rate, and obey Allah and his messenger. Allah only desires to take away uncleanness from you, O people of the household, and to purify you a thorough purifying. And remember that which is recited in your houses of the messages of Allah and the wisdom. Surely Allah is ever knowing of subtleties, aware. Okay, let me read that again. And remember that which is recited in your houses of the messages of Allah and the wisdom. Surely Allah is ever knower of subtleties, aware. Okay, I want to say this to you. Even in Christianity, we have that, they have laws and rules, established, and they're kind of, it's a lot. So these concepts that we're talking about in the Quran, they have the same concepts in the Bible, just a little, maybe discussed differently, So there's really, it's just what it is. We have to read it for what it is, Now, whether we agree with it or not, that's on us. But we have to go to God with our petitions of what we agree with and what we don't agree with, and what we should do and what we shouldn't do. It's not me. I'm just coming to you as someone who is trying to be a decent person on earth and give back and help poor people, but have and make sure for my family, and just have a decent life. I want to be better, and I want to encourage other people to be better, and I want to show people that there is a different way of living. You don't have to be living in all this ball of confusion. It's not necessary. It's contrived. And I run from confusion. And I didn't allow it in my house too much. And if I was in, I'm not going to redo this. And if I was in situations where it became a lot of confusion, and I got rid of the source of confusion so my house could be peaceful. That's just simple as that. Did I make mistakes? Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes. But guess what? I got out of them. I tried to make amends for it. Let's do better, all of us, okay?